So, so we have Phil here today, Phil Cleaver, who is the designer and an amazing partner for this project, Fashion Expressionism. And we just want to open a conversation today, and who knows what it will bring, but, along the lines of the Kickstarter project and art itself. So, hi, Phil.
Hi, I think you should start this one off. Designer
Cool.
as the
Yes.
author.
So we are into the end, we finished the end of our second week of crowdfunding in the on the platform Kickstarter. And I feel there are just a lot of amazing points and insights, that I want to share throughout this period. For example, I just want to say at this point, we are 11% backed into the project, if I'm correct. Yeah. So on a temporal level, it feels like, oh, we only have half of the, 2 more weeks, half of the month to come up with 90% if we were to be successful, in this project and have the book backed, to have it printed. But what I want to share, inside is I don't feel we're at a loss at all. Okay, because it's quite strange, but this is exactly how I feel. When I first started the backing of the project, I already felt that the book is complete. It's like we've done it, we've written it, we've designed it, it's amazing, and it's out there. Okay, the only thing that's not done is it's not printed yet. You want to add something?
Yeah, no, I think the fact it is nearly complete. It is ready to print, and it looks amazing. It's just that whole thing of giving birth to it. But the process of doing it has been such a interesting and revealing way of learning more about how to produce an art book. It's not just a publication. It's turning a publication into sort of like a covered wall art, three-dimensional piece of art, which is what I think is so fascinating about it.
Mm. Yes, I agree. And I feel for all my life, I felt art is actually the process much more than the final product. Of course, the product is important, but the process is equally important and it's crucial. Like we can't disregard it or ignore it. Okay. Such as, the process of us, creating this book. There were so many conversations between us, there were a lot of back and forth and, a lot of proofreading, emails and all of that. All of this actually brings the end product, its quality of how we have connected throughout, these couple of years.
Yeah,
And
and I had to learn how to do the concertina books now, but on a computer. So because of the way the paper joins on each page, because you have to constrain the design, but we then use that to an advantage.
yeah, absolutely. And therefore, what I wanted to share today with everyone and with Phil is for the 2 weeks that I initiated the crowdfunding, or I shared the project to my friends and to connections and to people that I don't know, say through social media. What I realized was it is so important, this process, because it opened up me so much more, in terms of connecting with people.
Yes,
And
it's made me email people I would never have emailed. It's made me send it to people I don't really know. So it's opened up lots of avenues.
absolutely. And it feels to me that this is actually normal. And it it's given me a new marker. What I'm saying is, that previously, if I'm busy in life, sometimes I forget about people. I forget to physically say hi to them or to connect with them, whether it's a text, or whether it's an email or a phone call, or even going to see them. Yeah, it's kind of like taken for granted, although I always have that connection there, but physically I haven't expressed it. Okay, but the project has given me the opportunity to actually really just go and express, physically, to do it, to act upon it. And that has changed my life a lot throughout these 2 weeks. So whether the project now is backed 11% or what percent, it doesn't matter, because it has actually brought so much to me and to everyone, I feel, during the process of the crowdfunding.
Yeah, I think the point is, it's such a fantastic way of beginning to contact and get exposure and meet people. It's like a massive networking party.
Yeah, yeah. And
in a way, I'd never do it. If you said go to a networking party, I'd never go.
no, I get you, but the thing is actually, we do put so many kind of conditions on connection day to day, like whether we want to connect with that group or that person, or whether we have sufficient time to actually open up a conversation. We put so many conditions on ourselves.
And I find, like, it's very self-exposing to, whereas when you're doing your normal commercial work, you do it because you breathed and you put your all into it. But this is slightly different, because this is originating something and taking yourself and basically just showing who you are, your way. And that's much more like an art project than a commercial printed book.
I agree with you. I absolutely agree that this project of actually opening up ourselves in a little bit of fragility, perhaps, or even a bit of rawness and unfamiliarity, but to simply want to connect with people. It's not because we want the book to be published. It's through the book, through this project, it gave us an opportunity to simply just go out there with people, because it is actually pretty natural. And this process, because it's unfamiliar, as you were saying, Phil, because for our work, most of the time is we're given a brief and we follow it. And then we have done it for so many years. So it's kind of something that we have a hang of.
Yes, I'm pretty renowned for not following. I mean, I changed the brief, but it's still answering someone else's problem. I'm just the conduit to change it.
Yes, exactly. But here we are just ourselves transparently. We are as people meeting another person, and
we're playing.
Yeah.
That design job was playing. It was pure fun to actually work out how to do a book where you can't read the text and look at the pictures, and the pictures and the text don't relate, and it has that feel of both going back to the history of the beginning of a book. It just has a lot of mixtures in it, which I find really fun.
Yeah. So what I gathered from this experience, Phil, in the Kickstarter project, first of all, the Kickstarter project is not separate, from art. The Kickstarter project is an art process. It is an art process of opening ourselves further. It is also an art project to observe, and given me the insight, that to actually not sell out ourselves is to always keep this connection.
Yes, definitely.
Because it's beautiful. I mean, every single morning when I wake up, I have like a bunch of people that I already, they're there, in my space. I can feel who I want to connect that morning. And then I just go do it. I just write to them, just share the link with them. I want to share our amazing product and our amazing video, with them. And in that process, I just felt, wow, it's so much gold, just that process of sharing ourselves. And why do we need kind of a book or project or something out of the ordinary to share this? This should be our everyday. This should be shared with people every day. And so that really inspired me.
Yeah, I, I mean, I find it quite interesting the responses we've got from sending it to clients, and they're just completely fascinated. I mean, I'm fascinated because I could literally unfold the book and stand it up right along the studio wall.
Yeah,
So you need two books because then you can have both sides showing at the same time.
yeah,
It's a bit like creating an art gallery in a book.
absolutely. Yeah, and you kind of unfold it. I love that the book unfolds just like our lives, and just
Yes.
like us, as people, as artists, as men, as women. I feel it's very symbolic in many ways.
And I think there's quite a high statistic of people who buy art books and don't read them. And I quite like the fact is when you buy this art book, you can't read it. So you look at all the pictures and you look at all the photography. And then if you really want to read it, you have to physically turn the book round and read it another way. And I quite like that.
Yes, yes. This is one element that we haven't shared too much, but it is exactly what Phil has said, because the book, if you read the text, it's you need to read it in a different way. Yeah, and the
So
text is
you literally have to turn the book round
the book. Yeah,
45 degrees.
but the thing is, it's amazing, because I agree with you. Like most of the time, perhaps art collectors or art book collectors, they look at the pictures more than the text. But the text of this book is completely amazing, and therefore you just have to give yourself, complete turn. Maybe it's like, um, you know, uh, it's like a whole different way, a new way,
And you
to.
have to turn it anti-clockwise.
Oh, okay.
So you turn it from the book anti-clockwise, and then you have to make a physical point of sitting down to read the text.
Yes, yes. It's super important, this message and the text. And also you have to align your body for yourself to be ready to read it, because you turn it anti-clockwise and you need to sit down, and yeah, it's going to knock your socks off, no doubt. But this is how amazing this work is. And yeah, thank you so much, Phil, for, there's just so much in it.
It's just a pleasure. The more you, I mean, what's interesting is I forget what part of what we've done in the process till we begin discussing it and you ask questions. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for this opportunity and bringing that out.
No worries. Like I really enjoyed this. So perhaps we'll keep doing some of these videos and share with each other, as well as to the audience out there. In the process of this fashion expressionism book, it's not the end. It's still going, and there's a lot, that keeps happening and keeps growing, keeps developing in the process, that we love to share with everyone.
Okay,
So
lovely.
thank you,
Okay,
Bill.
it's a pleasure. Thank you very much.